Welcome to day 1 of the Yoga Goddess Academy 30-day yoga challenge. Start in Sukhasana, or easy seated pose. I like to sit up on a blanket so that my pelvis is neutral, meaning the front hip bones are level to the back hip bones, instead of having the booty popping out or the tailbone tucking under, which rounds the back. So having the front hip bones level to the back hip bones. Draw your feet in towards the body, flex the feet, and rest the shins into the arches. Have your hands turned down onto the knees, signifying grounding. Reach the back of the crown of the head up towards the sky and close your eyes. Take a couple cleansing breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth, letting go of anything that's been bothering you throughout your day today, anything that's on your mind, just let it go. One more. Good. And then start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Now here what we'll work on is something called Samavriti breathing, or equal breathing. So exhale to begin, and then let's inhale to 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Keep going with that. Now, as you're doing this breath, I want you to make sure that you're not holding your breath anywhere. So you're not inhaling to 3 and then holding for that last count, or inhaling to 2 and holding for 2 counts. So as you inhale, you're drawing the lower belly very gently in and up. Expand the low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. And as soon as you're up as high as you can go, that's 4. And then exhale, collarbones, upper ribs, mid ribs, low ribs, belly at the end of that exhale, that's 4. So you're breathing in for the whole 4 counts and breathing out for the full 4 counts. Do a couple more on your own. Very good. Now keep going with this breath, and we'll start to add in our affirmation for our practice today. On your inhale, think I am. On your exhale, safe and secure. On your inhale, I am. Exhale, safe and secure. Keep going a few more rounds with the affirmation and the breath. Let your face relax. Now circle your hands together in front of your heart to prayer. And let's set the intention for our practice, which is to help you feel safe and secure with one Om. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly bring the head down, blink the eyes open, and lift the head. Okay, now anytime you need to extend the legs out and just kind of give them a shake to release any pressure from the knees, feel free to do that. Otherwise, bring your right hand to your right side. Inhale, bring your left arm up, and exhale, reach over to the right, twisting the belly button open so that you're really opening here instead of collapsing. Top palm is facing down, so it's like almost like you're trying to close the armpit. On your inhale, rise up, palms touch. Exhale, go to the other side. Root down through the sitting bones, lift up and out from the hips. Breathe here, bottom shoulder away from the ear. Inhale up, one more on each side. Exhale, first side. Shoulder away from the ear. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. So trying to keep that breath that we were doing in the beginning throughout the whole practice. Inhale up and exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath. And anytime you feel like you're working some energy up to the surface, exhale through the mouth and let it go. All right, so coming onto the hands and knees, move any props out of the way. Here you want the wrist directly under the shoulders and the knees directly under the hips, moving into cat-cow. So as you inhale, start to look out in front of you, inhaling to 4, and then exhale, round the back to 4, navel to spine. Inhale, look out, 2, 3, 4, exhale, round, 2, 3, 4. Inhale out, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, round, 2, 3, 4. Do a couple more on your own. Tuck the tailbone under as you round. Lift the tailbone up as you look out. One more. And back to neutral. Very good. Now let's move into a calf stretch. So staying here, bring your right foot back, have the toes on the ground, and then push into your knuckles, sending the heel down towards the ground. Now the heel won't go to the ground, but you just want to feel sensation in the back of the leg. You never want to feel pain, just sensation. So listen to your body. If something doesn't feel good, please don't do it. And switch. And come back to the hands and knees. Now curl the toes under and start to bring some weight back onto the feet, just bringing some attention to the soles of your feet and your ankles. If it feels good, you can stand tall here, sitting back onto the heels, only if it feels okay. Bring the backs of the hands together, just pushing them together gently. Let the elbows come down, stretching the wrists, and then do a couple of wrist circles. And come back to the hands and knees, uncurl the toes, and then sit back onto the heels if this feels good, or stand all the way up onto the knees. Now I want you to watch me do a downward facing dog here. So from the hands and knees, you'll walk the knees back a couple inches. Just watch me first. Really root the knuckles down into the mat, pointer fingers pointing forward. You'll lift the knees and the hips up towards the sky, push into the knuckles and send the hips up and back. Now see how that made me go into a straight line from the wrist to the hips? So instead of having an angle at the armpits, bend the knees, push into the knuckles and send the hips up and back. So you can be in a straight line again from the wrist to the hips. Okay, so let's go from there. Come to your hands and knees, curl the toes under, and walk your knees back a couple inches. Make sure the pointer fingers are pointing straight forward, knuckles down. On your inhale, lift the knees and hips up. On your exhale, push into the knuckles, sending the hips up and back. So you can get in a straight line from the wrist all the way up to the hips. Breathe here. Today, just focus on pushing the knuckles down, down, down into the mat. Make sure that they don't pop up. You shouldn't even be able to fit a piece of paper under the knuckles. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, now slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands and bring your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes in slightly so the outside edges of the feet are parallel to each other, and bring your hands to your shins. On your inhale, come to a flat back. Bend your knees, exhale, grab your opposite elbows and fold forward. Think about lifting your tailbone up towards the sky and pouring your spine out from your hips. Feel the length in the spine. And then bring your hands to your shins again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to your hips, ground down into the feet. And then inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. Take a couple breaths here. Find a gazing point, otherwise known as your drishti, and breathe. Good. Now bring your feet together, arms by the sides. If possible, have your big toes touching, but if that makes you feel a little bit wobbly, you can have your feet about fist width apart. Either way, ground down into all four corners of the feet. Really reach down with the feet and then reach up with the back of the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Make sure that the pelvis is neutral so the booty's not popping out and it's not tucked under. Breathe here. Feeling strong and grounded. On your inhale, think I am. On your exhale, safe and secure. Now from here, let's move into chair pose to warm up the body. So again, you can keep your feet there if needed, but if possible, bring your big toes together to touch. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring the hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Now you want to make sure you can see your toes and your ankles, so don't let the knees come forward. Really shift the hips back. If it doesn't feel good in the shoulders to have the palms touching, then you can separate the hands. Breathe here, being in a straight line from the pelvis all the way up to the fingertips, navel to spine. Feel the muscles in the legs start to get warm. One more breath. Ground down into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let the arms float down. Now, take a wide stance. So you measure a wide stance by bringing your arms out to your sides in a T and point the fingertips down. Have the outside edges of the feet right below the fingertips, hands to your hips. Turn your right foot out so that the right foot is in line with the long side of the mat, and the right heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Turn the back toes in slightly and bend into the right knee. Make sure the right knee does not go past the ankle, and also you don't want the knee to come in. So keep it right on top of the ankle and only open the back hip as far as you can go without the knee coming in. Level out the hips, lift the rib cage up, arms up and parallel to the ground, relax the shoulders, and gaze out through the right middle finger. Breathe here, warrior two. Drawing the lower belly gently in and up, really expanding all the way up with the breath. And straighten the leg, let the arms float down. Turn the right foot in and the left foot out. Left heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Turn the back toes in slightly. Bend into the left knee. Level out the pelvis. Keep the left knee right on top of the ankle and only open the hips back, the back hip back as far as you can go without the knee turning in. Arms up, relax the shoulders and gaze out through the left middle finger. And breathe here. And straighten the leg and let the arms float down. Turn the foot in and now heel toe the feet towards each other and just kind of walk it out a little bit. Stand here for a moment in your mountain pose and breathe. Okay, now coming into a balancing pose, which can help you feel a little bit off balance, but it's a good practice to really get you rooting down into the earth. So have a strong base in the left foot, lift the toes, spread them apart and grip them down. Bring the right foot to the opposite calf, have the knee turned out. Now from here, start to bring the foot up to the calf. If you're by your couch or a wall, feel free to hold on. If you need a little bit of help with your balance, that's fine. Lengthen the tailbone down. Now, if you feel really stable here, you can bring the foot up to the inner thigh. Just don't place it on the knee. So anywhere along that leg, just not on the knee. Push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Lift the entire rib cage up. Bring your hands to your heart, and if you feel stable, arms overhead, wrap the shoulders like you're trying to close the armpits like we did in that side stretch. Palms touch if possible. The key in these balancing poses is to have a gazing point. Breathe, and to not pass judgment on yourself if you fall out of the pose. Be nice to yourself, be kind. I am safe and secure. Hands to the heart, and let's switch it out. Walk it out. Strong base on the right foot, lift the toes, spread them apart, grip them down. Bring the left foot or the left heel to the opposite calf. Bring it all the way up to the calf if possible, knees turning out, but try to keep the right hip pointing straight forward, okay? And then only open the knee as far as you can go without turning the hips. So go to where you can comfortably today, to where you feel a challenge and you feel sensation. It doesn't have to be where I go. Remember, I do this for a living, okay? So it's gonna come a little bit easier to me, I hope. So breathe here again, not passing judgment if you come out of the pose, just coming back to the pose when you can. Breathe. Arms can come up. Finding your gazing point. Gentle smile. And slowly make your way out of it. Walk it out. And come up to the front of the mat. Coming back to your Tadasana or standing mountain pose stance with your feet. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Tip the pelvis, let the head hang. Inhale, halfway up to your monkey, flat back. Bend your knees. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. However you can get there. It doesn't have to be how I do. Knees are bent a little bit. Push into the knuckles and send the hips up and back. Breathe here. Come down to the hands and knees. Uncurl the toes. If possible, sit back onto the heels. For Vajrasana, just have the hands turned down onto the legs, grounding. Close your eyes on your inhale, I am. On your exhale, safe and secure. If this doesn't feel good, you can modify the legs however you need to. Yoga is not about pushing through, and especially it's not about causing pain or injury. Now come back to the hands and knees and just extend the right foot back for a moment, push the heel back and then the other leg. Now bring the knees as wide as the mat and the big toes can touch for modified child's pose. Bring the hips back towards the heels and then bring the tips of your pointer finger and the tips of your thumbs together to touch, creating a triangle. This just helps to relax the shoulders. Forehead down to the ground. Now if your forehead doesn't touch, you can stack the fists. And don't worry if your hips don't come all the way back to the heels. What you can even do if you want to practice this pose and stay in it is roll up a blanket or grab a couch cushion or something and put it under there, under your hips, and then sit back. And breathe here in child's pose, modified child's pose, Balasana. Relax the face. Very good. Keep breathing here, really expanding into the back body with the breath. Feel that expansion as you breathe. Couple more. Yeah, and then slowly make your way back to your hands and knees. You can sit on your blanket again if that's how you started. Otherwise, just come back seated onto your mat and cross your legs. Now put your non-dominant leg in front. Whatever leg feels a little bit weird to be in front, put that there for your Sukhasana. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Again, level pelvis, so front hip bones level to the back hip bones. Hands onto the knees, close the eyes. Take a couple breaths here. Yeah, and then lower your head a little bit, blink your eyes open and lift your head. Okay, so now let's move into a seated twist. Bring your right hand behind you and the left hand to the right knee. You can take a step back with your right sitting bone a little bit, just starting to turn the pelvis in the direction that we're twisting. On your inhale, lengthen the spine, and on your exhale, twist. Twisting from the mid and upper back, not the lower back. The main thing with twists, besides that, is that we have a straight spine. We don't want to be twisting with a rounded spine. And on your inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, other direction. So on your inhale, lengthen. And then step back with your left hip bone. On your exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist from the mid and upper back. Just looking back to where it feels good for you. Relax the face, relax the jaw. And inhale, come back to center. Really good. So take a couple breaths here. Close your eyes. Feel free to do some of those cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, letting go of anything that you're working up to the surface. And bring the soles of the feet together. Hold on to the ankles on your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt forward. And breathe here. Tilting the pelvis like you're lifting the tailbone. Draw the chest forward. This is bound angle or Baddha Konasana. And slowly come up. Cross the legs again. You can put your dominant leg in front, whatever feels good. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Hands turn down on the knees. Exhale to begin, then we'll inhale 4, exhale 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4. Keep going on your own. Keeping the inner body bright, but letting your outer body relax. So let go of any tightness in the forehead, eyebrows, jaw. Add in your affirmation on your inhale, I am. On your exhale, safe and secure. When your mind wanders, bring it back over and over to the breath or the affirmation. Stay here for about 1 more minute. And slowly circle your hands together in front of your heart to prayer. Let's show gratitude for our practice and close our time together with 1 Om. Take a deep breath in. And bow down to where it feels good for you. Bring your thumbs from your heart center up to your third eye, acknowledging the energy that's within you, around you, connects us all together and never goes away. That energy within me acknowledges that energy within you, and I thank you so much for letting me guide you through day 1 of this 30-day yoga challenge. Namaste. Have a great day, yogis.